Over the course of my channel, I've done a lot of Mario Kart videos detailing my favorite and least favorite tracks. And around this time last year, I tackled some battle courses with Mikoro Gliscor 472. So I thought, why not just go over my personal least favorite battle courses now? I will only be talking about the Nitro battle courses because there isn't a whole lot to say about the retro ones, but I don't know, maybe I'll have a video about the retro battle courses someday in the future, but for now, I'm just doing Nitro. Also, be sure to leave some of your least favorite battle courses in the comments below. You don't have to do them right now, but you can do them over the course of the video. Like, if you see number 8 and you think, oh yeah, that one was a piece of shit, then put it in the comments. I'd love to read them. With that out of the way, let's get started. I think overall Doubledeck had a lot of really good battle courses, but there are two that come to mind that I think could be better. One of them I would change is Tortov. This battle course isn't horrible, it's not even bad, but it's not that great either. It is cool that it's based on 8-bit Mario, and I really like how the background is just a bunch of 8-bit Marios. It's kind of like the Sunshine secret levels. I really like that, but other than that, it isn't that great. The main thing I don't like about it is how there are no walls. Since it doesn't have any walls and it's a pretty small course that's kind of got a weird shape, because it is 8-bit Mario, it's not like a square, it's like this weird shape. It leads to players just circling around in the middle area. So some changes I'd make are give it some walls on some of the sides, not all of the sides, because then it'd be like the other one I'm gonna mention. And also make it a bit bigger. But I think making it bigger is a given if it gets added to a game like with 8 or 12 racers at a time. So maybe upgrade it, like have a bridge that leads to a tilting 8-bit Bowser. But that wouldn't really make it a retro battle course anymore, so I don't know if we'll ever have that, but I don't know, I'm just thinking, I guess. Overall, it's not horrible, but it's not one that I play on really at all on Doubledeck. Like, I love playing Battle Mode Doubledeck with friends and my family, but like this one, there are just so many other good ones that there's no reason that I play on this one. I just not a huge fan. There is another one that I think is technically worse, but I do play on it a bit more because it can get a bit more chaotic, but we will get to that one. So yeah, on to number 9. Be prepared to see a lot of circle battle courses. I don't dislike circle-based battle courses because they're circles. It's just that a lot of them are either lackluster or have bad gimmicks. Tortov is just a circle with a ramp in the middle, and there are these icing spots everywhere that will get on your screen if you bump into them. But the icing barely covers anything, so it's just a useless addition. This is a little off topic, but I've also noticed that there are a lot of these sweets or dessert based battle courses, and I personally think this is the only bad one. Another thing I don't like about this course is how the item blocks are only in the center of the ramp, unlike other circle courses that disperse them around the arena. So this forces you to go on the ramp over and over and over again to get items. But you can't aim, so there are times where you will just go in between items and you will be forced to turn around and try again because there are no other item blocks around. That also makes the hidden item block extremely useless, but oh well. I mean, it kind of is an extremely useless item in Mario Kart DS anyways, but it's just super fucking useless on this course. I don't know if this one is liked by a lot of people, but I'm just not a huge fan of this course from Doubledeck. I really like the concept of battling on a Gamecube, or just any video game console in general, but it's just a square with no gimmicks. This one's not any higher because I can't get myself to dislike it, just like with Tortov, even though now that I think about it, I think I might dislike that one more, but this one is just a square, that's literally it. I like how it's a Gamecube, but it's a square. And what makes this one kind of worse is that there are walls everywhere. I don't know how they could really fix this. Like, maybe if they made it bigger, that would have made it worse. So maybe make it to where, like, if someone lands on the button that opens the GameCube, it like opens up and turns into a ramp or something. That's like way out of the box, and I don't think this one's ever going to be brought back. So yeah, I don't know what they could do to really spice this one up. I think the Nintendo DS was a bit better because it was bigger and it was like kind of like a ramp. It was more unique than the GameCube because the GameCube is just a square. I'm not saying the DS was great, but it was better. And as a side note, I always wanted this GameCube. I don't know if anybody else who played Double Dash did, but like just a GameCube with Mario and Luigi and Mario Kart on it, that would have been so awesome. But I'm sure there is like some custom GameCube out there that like made it like this, but I don't know. That's off topic. On to number 7. Here we have another circle. Before I go into the things I don't like, I will say something that I do really like about this battle course. I really enjoy the Bowser's Castle aesthetic with lava, and it just gives me that Bowser Castle vibe. I don't know, I like the Bowser Castle. It just gives me a Bowser's Castle vibe. And I'm a big fan of the Bowser Castle tracks, even though none of them made it on my top 20 list. But I don't know, I just really like how it looks like Bowser's Castle. That's random, but that's something I like about it at least. But the thing's wrong with it is that it is way too big for 4 players. And since the center has lava, you have to go all the way around the whole thing to catch someone. So it's easy to just run and camp. And I don't remember doing the lines here, but I'm pretty sure that there's no timer in Balloon Battle on the N64, so this is just gonna take forever. The walls are also just extremely big when you play on it, but if you didn't have the walls, then this one would be so barren. Like, it would just be a giant circle with a lava pit. I think it would have been cool if they added artwork on the walls or something, but like maybe so whenever you're running from someone, you see something cool, so you kind of like stand there and look at it, and then you can have the other person finally catch up. I don't know, that's fucking stupid, but like, okay, it's cool that it's based on like Bowser's Castle, but like, what else? I don't know, I'm just not a big fan of this one. Mario Kart 7 made it a lot better by letting 8 people on the course and also adding a ramp in the middle, even though the ramp does go away, so that's kind of annoying, but overall, it is much better than Big Donut in Mario Kart 64. I think the Wii had some pretty forgettable battle courses, aside from Funky Stadium. Even Delfino Pier, which I like, is one that I tend to forget about. So when I was looking through the courses, I thought about putting Thwomp Desert on here, but that one ended up being better than I remember. So that makes Chain Chomp Wheel the worst on Mario Kart Wii. It's another circle battle course, but with this one the items are dispersed out around the track, so it makes it a little better than Tortov, but there is something that just ruins it for me, and that's the Chomp Wheel, or the Chain Chomp Ball, or whatever. The Chain Chomp is just so fucking annoying, and it just goes around and around in a circle constantly. And it only goes in one direction, and I'm pretty sure the stage goes the opposite direction, like it moves the opposite direction. So like trying to run away actually makes you go slower. I think that's how it is. There is a ramp in the middle of the circle, so if the Chain Chomp is on your ass, you can like go like turn onto the ramp. But the problem I have with the ramp is the star. Like, it's also moving, so you can like bump into the side of the star and go back to where you were, and the Chain Chomp will run you over. I know that's probably not super common, but that can definitely happen, and it's happened to me before, so that's why I'm mentioning it. But there is like a circle in the star that you can go through, and there's some items in there, so that's neat, I guess, but fucking hell. And sometimes if you want to like go through the ramp to get an item real fast, you might just run into the Chain Chomp, but I mean, you gotta be kind of weary of that stuff anyways on the track, so I'm not gonna really hold that against the course, but it still sucks. Another thing I don't like about this course is the music. Okay, I'm not a music critic by any means at all. I love music, but I cannot critique music. But the thing is, with this course, this music sounds fucking awful. Like, there are just horns just blaring constantly. Okay, for the composer, I'm sorry, but this is a shitty rendition of the music. It's bad. Like, I'll have it playing right now, unless I get some fucking copyright strike for saying this, but like, this music is just awful. I have to fucking play it on mute when I play on this course. It's so bad. But there is one thing I do like about this course, and it's very small, but I like how you start in like these little pods and you like go out, just like Funky Stadium. But that's literally like the only thing I like about this course, so that sucks. Last year, I made a video on the worst Nitro tracks in Mario Kart, and one of the top 3 were those awful Vanilla Lake tracks from Super Mario Kart. My main gripe with them is the ice blocks and how they halt your momentum, and you have to like drive into them to get rid of them, which is just stupid. Watch the video to like just figure out my whole opinion about these tracks, but they're really bad. Well, I guess the developers thought that concept wasn't only great for races, but also for battle mode as well. The worst part has to be the beginning, where you have to break the ice blocks in the middle in order to get an item to start the battle. But like with Vanilla Lake, at least they go away for good once you hit them. This definitely isn't as bad as the tracks, but it's also an ice tracks, or an ice course, so you're constantly like sliding all over the place, and you also have to break these blocks that are everywhere, like not just in the middle to get an item, they're fucking everywhere. So yeah, I'm not a fan of this at all. This one's eventually going to be remade. Hopefully they'll make it better. There's no way they won't. I really hope in like Mario Kart 9 or whatever, they like don't screw it up. But yeah, this one's just bad. It's bad. I really like the simplistic gimmick with Palm Shore, but it was massively botched because the water makes you go so slow. Seriously, you go like 1/8 of the speed you go on the sand. And why? Is it because you don't have those weird propeller things on your cart like in Mario Kart 7? And the water shows up a lot, so most of the time you'll be going in this massive circle in the middle or on the edges, because if you go in the water, you're such an easy target. At least the whole battle course doesn't get engulfed in water. That would be horrible, but it still is a good portion of it. This stage, like with Big Donut, was made much better in Mario Kart 7 because one of the gimmicks of that game was being able to go underwater at the same speed as on land. But they also added these annoying crabs that are prevalent in like Mario Kart DS and like the Cheep Cheep Beach. And they also made it to where you slow down while driving on the grass, which surprisingly wasn't in the DS one, but that would have made it so much worse because there's grass everywhere. But yeah, it's better in Mario Kart 7, awful Mario Kart DS. Honey Beehive is basically Twilight House done wrong. While I don't care much for Twilight House, at least each room doesn't have some annoying hazard. There's wind that throws you in a random location, which might lead you to getting hit by an item or other hazards. There's honey that slows you down if you go into it, as well as these random bees that fly everywhere that will also come out of nowhere because the map is a confined maze, with no way to really see what's in the next room. I do think the map is a bit more interesting because it's like a beehive, and Twilight House it's just a house. But the Beehive is a bit more interesting, but in terms of like atmosphere, but overall it's it's so much. Twilight House isn't bad, but it's worse. It's awful. Honey Beehive is awful. I never pick this one. If I even play battle mode on Mario Kart 7, which who really did? Doubledeck. I've always hated this course. This course is too big. It basically has 3 large floors of nothing. The only differences are the floor colors. So it's too barren, and it's so easy to run away from your opponent. You'll know where you are by the color of the floor if you have like all 3 floors memorized, which yes, there are 3 giant floors on this fucking map. But it's just way too big to be fun. And the map in the middle is also pretty useless. Luigi's Mansion was fucking a godsend compared to this one. Luigi's Mansion was smaller and had lights surrounding the area so you knew where you are. It also has more detail, like being able to see the night sky while on the roof, and the different stairways went on the bottom floor. But yeah, Doubledeck, just terrible. Just horrible. I know, I'm saying that about all these, but that's what they are. They're just bad. They're bad. I have one dishonorable mention, and that is Sherbert Rink from Mario Kart 7. Before making this video, I completely forgot about this battle course. I mean, it was from Mario Kart 7, which isn't a very memorable game to begin with, but this course is an ice course, which there isn't very many, surprisingly, that doesn't have much going for it. It's colorful, which is nice, but I'm not going to play on it that much because ice physics are a major turnoff for me and probably many other people, and the snow is kind of annoying. It's not bad, just nothing special and pretty forgettable. All of them from Mario Kart 8. Every single one is just a racetrack. All of these battle courses, which is bullshit, were not designed for battles in mind. Especially Yoshi Valley, like what the hell were they thinking by adding that one? I don't know if anyone else did this when they played their 2 online battle mode matches in Mario Kart 8, but all I do is just drive along the track and hit people as I'm going. This is mainly so I don't have to keep turning around, but I guess another strategy you can do is just chase one person around the entire track because it's just a pain in the ass to turn around. I mean, it's not that bad, but I mean, it's easier to just go straight the entire time. Another thing is, it feels like nothing is happening. There's only balloon battles, so after you lose your balloons, you're done. So the map feels so empty. And what doesn't help is how it feels like you're running at 50cc. I'm pretty sure it's set at 100cc because I think it was like in one of Jay Wood's streams, like when it first came out, he like mentioned how it was 100cc, but I don't know exactly. But it does feel a lot slower than that. It also looks as if there's no hit stun after you get hit, which isn't a problem with the track, it's just a problem with the battle mode in general, which I will probably be going into detail in a future video. But I don't know, I just thought I'd mention it. These are all fine as racetracks, except for Toad's Turnpike, but as battle courses, they're terrible. If I had to rank them from least awful to most awful, it would go like this. Mario Circuit. Pretty sure it's the smallest one. Moo Moo Meadows from Mario Kart Wii. Has an open part of the track at least, but like I said, most people just go like around the track, so nobody's gonna like stay in that one spot. Toad's Turnpike from Mario Kart 64. Isn't a super long track, so I guess that doesn't make it that bad. Sherbert Land from Mario Kart Double Dash. Another somewhat big section, but it also has a bunch of underwater areas and stuff which kinda ruins it. Donut Plains 3 from Super Mario Kart. You can hide in water and it's also very linear. Toad Harbor. Too big. Dry Dry Desert from Mario Kart Double Dash. Too big and full of sand, and you can hide in the water. And the worst one is Yoshi Valley from Mario Kart 64, which should be obvious. Battle mode just completely sucked in this game. but we all know that we would get a better one when the game was ported to the Switch, so that's good at least. So this is a video that I finished the script for back in October, and right now it is March. Just a lot of stuff's been going on, so I haven't really gotten to this, but I have been wanting to do this video, so I did it. And sorry if it was like kind of negative, like as I was recording this, I was just like talking so much shit on these battle courses, which at the end of the day, they're not fine, but they're playable. At least they're not broken or anything like that, I guess. I don't know, this video felt very negative at times, but oh well, I mean, sometimes I'm negative, so, and I don't think there's really anything wrong with being negative about Mario Kart battle courses, so, like, it's not unhealthy for me, so why not? The next videos I'll be working on are Smash Bros. Ultimate related. I'm gonna have 3 in a row that are Smash Bros. Ultimate, so if you don't like Smash Bros. Ultimate, sorry, but yeah, I'm gonna have 3 videos. They're all gonna be related. Like, it's gonna be like, they're all gonna have the same subject. It's like, but I'm splitting it into 3. So that's like my hint. So if it were like made into one video, it'd be super long. So I'm just splitting it into 3 parts. So yeah, those will be my next 3 videos. And then I have a forgotten Pokemon video I need to work on, which it's been over a year since I've done the last one of those, so I really want to work on that. So that should be coming up soon. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Be sure to leave your least favorite battle courses in the comments below, and tell me why you don't like them. You don't have to if you don't really have a reason, you just don't like it. That's fine. But if you have a reason why, just tell me in the comments. I'd love to read them. So yeah, see you in the next video. Goodbye.